Peace. My name is Olufemi Lewis. I am the co-director of Hillcrest Unity Garden. Hillcrest is a public housing development here in Asheville, North Carolina. It's been here since 1957. Very close-knit community. Always been African American community. What brought me to doing this work is when I found myself at a point in time where I was having hardships. I had to go and apply for a work first assistant check because I couldn't get any employment here in Asheville because of my criminal background. But I went to a community here, Episcopal Community Peace Gardens, and I seen the beautiful work that Bob White was doing in that community with the community garden. And so I brought the idea here to Hillcrest. And from there, we were able to start our first growing season in 2010. And we've been growing food since 2010. During the time that Hillcrest Unity Garden was under construction, the vision of it, our community was experiencing death on like a regular basis. We had experienced 2 or 3 community members that had passed away, and also we were seeing that there was a lot of division within the community. So it seemed to make sense for Hillcrest Unity Garden to be called that, because that's what we are bringing to the community by growing healthy foods here, is bringing that sense of unity and bringing African Americans back to the concept of using food to bring family together and community together. Here in the Hillcrest Unity Garden, we are growing. We have an herbal circle. We have comfrey, apple balm mint, peppermint herbs. We have Italian parsley. We also are growing blackberries and raspberry bushes. We got garlic. We got 3 different varieties of tomatoes, tomatoes that are native to this area. We have potatoes growing as well, our red, purple, and traditional white potatoes. We have romaine lettuce, Lolo lettuce. We have kales, red Russian kale, dinosaur kale, and also some collard greens growing. And what we are looking to do in the future is, here in the near future, is to show how this can be a food production type business as well. So an idea that we have is by growing herbs, taking herbs, growing those, and making salad dressings out of them, which is something that I've noticed here in Asheville. You got people making a lot of different things from foods, but that's something that nobody is really making. So we're going to see if we can make something happen with that. We are also in the process of having a second community garden within the development. Our development is pretty big. It's 227 units that's here. So we have a top and a bottom of the development. So where our community garden is located at right now, the first community garden is located at what they consider the bottom of the community. And so our idea is to get the top of the community involved as well, and just make it more convenient for individuals to come out, learn how to grow food, get an understanding of where their food is coming from. The importance of having a community garden in any community, regardless of class, race, or gender. The purpose of this type of work is to bring nutrition back to us, not having the powers that be to have control over what type of food we're eating, what's in our food, how our food is raised, or anything like that. To me, it's important for community involvement. I know it's slow, which, you know, everybody is experiencing when they do this kind of work. of how slow the turnaround is to get people involved, but I still find it rewarding for even if I get one person from the community to come out and get involved and to learn something. I would tell a brief story about a sister that I went to school with. She had came down and she had community service hours, and she had to come down and do some work here in the garden. And she pointed at some greens and had asked me, "Yo, what's that right there? That's a pretty flower." And I was like, "That's not a flower." And she was like, "Well, what is that?" And I said, "You mean to tell me you don't know what that is? Every black person know what that is." And she was like, "I don't know what that is." And I was like, "Those are collard greens." She was like, "What? Girl, I didn't know that collard greens look like that." And I was like, "What you mean? Don't you eat collard greens?" She said, "Yeah, but I only eat them out of the can." So I was just at a loss for words when I heard this beautiful sister say that she only experienced collard greens out of a can. I couldn't imagine that, but I needed to see that. I needed to hear that story. I needed to have that experience. And when she told me that at the age that me and her both was at the time, it was like, okay, I got to keep doing this work. No matter how hard it might get, no matter how tight funding might get, I have to still keep doing this work, because it's too many of us that are lost out here when it comes to growing our own food, loving Mother Earth, and also showing, along with showing stewardship to ourselves and to the community. Another project that I'm involved in is Ujama Freedom Mobile Market. It will be a cooperative business, cooperative mobile market business that will go around to all of the food deserts that's here in Asheville, North Carolina, and addressing those food insecurity issues, but at the same time being a model to the community for being business owners, and also experimenting with the new concept of business ownership and running a business. So along with that, we will be supporting local community gardeners as well as local farmers with buying produce from them and selling it on our mobile market. And we just figured that we could address not only just one issue, which is finances, having a job or making income for ourselves, but we'll be addressing the food access issues. We'll be addressing nutrition issues in our community, as well as supporting local growers here in our area. If you would like to know more about anything that I'm involved in, you can contact me at azell2001@gmail.com. That's A-Z as in zebra, E-double-L 2001@gmail. Again, A as in apple, Z as in zebra, E-double-L 2001@gmail.com. Peace and blessings.